George Mason and Fordham. Away we go in the Bronx. As it skips out of bounds, Fordham will have the basketball.
Interesting start to the game. Don't see that too often on the tip-off, but I guess Fordham technically winning the tip, getting the ball to start the game. New
rules this year in women's college basketball. We're going 4 10-minute quarters as Fordham controls for the first time with Lauren Holden. Burns brings it up top, swings it over to Holden, into the corner for Mystery. Right inside for Clark, back out for Mystery. Pass deflected, stolen away by Dodson. Good vexing defense from George Mason on the first possession. Here is the star player, Taylor Brown. Finds Dodson. Bounces inside for O'Donnell. Going to work on Clark with the left hand, and can't get the roll. Loose ball inside, and Burns corrals for Fordham. Foul called. It goes against Dodson.
You saw Fordham in their first possession running a play to get Hannah Misery a shot from outside. Good defense there from George Mason. Then a good play by George Mason on the other end. It was just O'Donnell not getting that bucket to fall.
Fordham coming off a 55-40 loss to Duquesne, shot just 27% from the field. One of their worst performances all season long. First touch for Davis. Back out for Burns. Slices through. Kick out for Misery. Thought about the three. Inside for Davis. Pulls up. And drops off the rim. Clark the follow. Sticks it back home. Fans in a frenzy here at the Rose Hill Gym. First basket goes to the Rams. And then a foul on Davis.
It's a gritty basket there from Sam Clark, getting inside her opponent who was trying to box her out and getting that bucket.
Sam Clark averaging over 12 points per game, 13 games in double figures this year, became the 18th player in school history with over 1,000 points. Wright gets it off the catch, swings it over to Dodson. George Mason, an impressive win against LaSalle last time out, trying to build on it here. Inside it goes O'Donnell, turns around, and it falls off the rim. Good hustle from Dodson in another possession. Back to O'Donnell it goes, turns around, can't flip it home. Yet another offensive rebound and a foul called.
Yeah, that'll really frustrate you. Hannah Misery struggling to get that board, losing out to her opponent twice there on those boards. And of course, O'Donnell frustrated. 3 attempts inside, 3 good looks for O'Donnell, relatively good looks. Can't get any of them to fall.
Shoots over 40%. The transfer from UMBC getting a lot of touches early in this game. Dodson with some trouble. Knocked away, ball's loose. Davis has it for Fordham. Rams are gonna push the tempo. Mystery lets it fly. Got it! That one's gotta feel good. Just the second triple for Hannah Misery in the Atlantic 10 play.
Absolutely. Every time Fordham has had the ball, they've tried to get Hannah Misery a good look. That time they get the look on transition. Nice screen there from Sam Clark.
Misery already in the top 3 in school history in most threes made. Here's Brown's response. Rolls off the rim. Davis secures the bound. The freshman Holden getting another start. It's been between her and Alexia Douglas. Coach Gately desperate to find a point guard for this team. Burns has it far side. Flex into Clark. Inside it goes for Davis, working high-low. Throws up the jumper. Can't get it. Loose ball. And secured by George Mason. Fordham with a 5-0 lead early on, first quarter. Right at the top of the circle. In some trouble. Swings it on over to Paget. And they'll reset with Brown. George Mason nearly blew a 17-point lead in the fourth quarter, held on against LaSalle. Good defense inside, and Fordham forces the turnover.
Great job rotating there. You saw Sam Clark, Jamaris Davis rotate as Taylor was starting to drive. Nice defense there from the Rams, not giving Taylor a good look at the basket.
Shinieri Bell enters into the game, and the redshirt senior who we featured at the top, Christy Makube, the transfer from Florida State, had a season-high 22 points against Towson earlier on this season. Fordham controlling the pace early on in this game, first quarter. High post touch for Clark, into the corner for Holden. Bounce inside for Davis, stolen away. Good defense from Paget. And here come the Patriots. Brown loves to shoot the basketball, had 22 against Fordham last year. Paget's three, money. George Mason on the year, a 29% team from distance. And that's a big bucket early on, Chris.
That's only a 27-3 this year. You saw Fordham playing off her, giving her that shot. She knocks it down right there.
Into the corner for Mystery, tries another three, and gets it to go. When Mystery gets hot, It is just the beginning. 2 threes in this first quarter.
And once she gets going, she is unstoppable from behind the arc. Coach has to love that, with the fact she went 0 from 7 from behind the arc in the last game.
One of her worst games in a Fordham uniform. Much different story here in the friendly confines of the Rose Hill Gym. Long 2 for Wright, and she's fouled. Burns got a little bit too much of the forearm. And here is Kara Wright at the free throw line for 2 with her team trailing by 5.
Beautiful move there from Wright, pulling back the slick stroke, and Burns hacking on the arm.
Wright, one of the many transfers on this team. She originally started her career at Southeast Missouri State. Sat out all of last season. First one is right through. Wright coming off a 15.5 rebound performance against LaSalle. Had 19 in the overtime win against St. Louis to go along with 8 rebounds. Second freebie is good. Lead trimmed down to 3 for Fordham with just over 6 to play in the first quarter. Holden sets up shot for Fordham. Gets it right back, drives baseline. Kick out for Clark. Inside for Davis, turns and faces, 15 to shoot, pulls up, comes up short, but Clark the offensive bound. She'll step out and try the 3. Can't get it to go. Rebound goes to Padgett. Wright's gonna roll the pace here. Inside it goes. First touch for Makube. And that one's no good. George Mason's been right around the rim all game long as the Rams bring it up. Holden stops and pops. No good. Loose ball. And Missouri has it. We get a tie up inside. Possession arrow in favor of George Mason. And these two teams are going after it in the first couple of minutes of this first quarter.
Holden doesn't make that bucket, but you have to love the confidence the freshman's playing with early on in this game. The confidence to take that shot as she comes straight down the floor. Also been quick with her decision-making, good passes, and really only 1 turnover so far for the freshman.
Taylor Dodson back into the game for George Mason. Jewel Triggs, the freshman from Louisiana, getting her first burn here in the first quarter. 3-point deficit for Mason as they try and get back into this one. Brown off the screen, finds Dodson. Cross-court pass setting up Diggs. Inside it goes for Bell. 10-footer. Comes up short. Fight for it inside. They can't get the second try. And a last touch by George Mason. As we get our first timeout of the first quarter. It's been a good one so far here at the Rose Hill Gym. Fordham 8, George Mason 5. We'll be right back on the Atlantic 10 Digital Network.